All right, good.
And yes, hi, and welcome again to another edition of Axemoor Business Meeting. I'm your host. I'm your host, Aoife. We have some newbies, which is good.
Yay, newbies.
Real quick on the Seneschal front, we don't have any immediate upcoming events. You know, Christmas Revel is in December, but I did get an email from Master Fred, and I'm sure many others did as well. We have a new wording that has to be on the flyers. If you are unaware or you even just want to know what it is, let me know. I can pull it up on my phone and let you know what the new wording is.
It's politically correct non-member service charge.
Essentially, it's the non-member service fee will be in the blanket charge, but you will get a member discount of $5. Same fees, different wording.
Yeah, it's really all it is.
It has to all be broken out. The bed has to be broken out.
Mm-hmm.
The dinner and the
Yeah.
night fee.
Yeah.
So
It's all good.
just next time we do an event, you gotta remember.
Yeah. We've done it in the past. We can just, it's minor change.
That wasn't me.
That's the Weather Channel. Baron and Baroness, do you have anything you want to say immediately, or do you want to
You go
just
first. I'm good.
interlude?
You go first.
Oh,
I don't
goody.
feel like being the nice one today.
Okay. All right. Always good to start it off. Guys, first off, we can do this nice. Welcome to our newcomers. Thank you.
Yes.
Get to know us, each one of us. If you're interested in whatever field, we can tell you who to go talk to. We've got, even if we don't have the representation here in the barony, we can definitely get you where you need to be with those outside. All the way from equestrian, rapier, siege engines, the whole shebang. If you're into siege engines, you might want to talk to some people here just in case. But without your new blood, we can't do what we can't survive. Hopefully, you guys are going to enjoy yourselves enough to where you're just going to become permanent. We will assimilate you, but can't assimilate without actually going to the other side of things. Guys, at Gulf Wars this year, I was actually approached by numerous people basically asking us what's going on in camp. We had the look of the approachable camp, but things were tense. I take part of the responsibility because I was taking care of some business and having to talk to people on sidebars. The other part of it came from the people talking without facts around the fires, around even just, off on their own in corners. It's Gulf Wars. People can hear through their canvas tents. There are certain key phrases which you do not use unless you know for sure. Banishment, bad word, sanction, bad word, ungood. Now, I don't know where it came from. I had to put the squash on it pretty quick. But the simple fact is it made things really tense for a while there. And all because people who didn't know what was going on were all collecting together, getting amped up. And of course, in typical Axemoor fashion, we can't let this happen. And they get fired up and we go off in different directions.
That's how terrible rumors get started.
Exactly. I spoke to both the Exchequer and the Seneschal, Kingdom Seneschals. I spoke to our local Exchequers and Seneschals. We've gotten everything squared out. Were there some issues? Yes. No hiding it. We had to get the books squared up. No big deal. Well, big deal because money's like that big no-no, huge no-no. But it was more of a communication issue than our books.
And it was a bank issue.
Part of it was a bank issue as well. We talked to our Seneschal about things coming down the pipe. We have to, no ifs, ands, or buts, redo our policies and procedures. Because not only are we outdated, we're way outdated. Currently, it says in our P&P, we haven't adjusted them in 5 years. We read them really quick so people knew what their jobs were, but we haven't updated them. It says in our P&P, because we thought at the time we matched Kingdom and most of the things we did, and they matched
And-
corporate.
At the point 5 years ago, we did match Kingdom and corporate
Mhm.
law, but since there have been several law changes.
RPMP currently says that you cannot be an officer unless you get the ambassador at your house. That means you are registered in the zip codes of New Orleans or of Axemoor
And
Well,
physically receive a paper
and physically
copy.
receiving a paper copy. Well, first off, nobody gets barely anybody gets paper copies anymore. Second off, when talking to Master Fred looked at me and goes, "Oh, no. If they got a P.O. box and they want to play with you guys and you want them as your officer," his exact words to me is, "I don't care if your Seneschal lives 200 miles away as long as they get the job done." My response, of course, at that point was, "That's a bit of much of a stretch."
I'm going to move to
But
Houston.
those people, like, we've got our family who is moving up north soon. Well, part of them already is. They are more than welcome to continue on as long as their officers up chain and the Seneschal and the group is good with it.
And I'm good with it. And I don't care where you live, as long as you get your reports in and at least remotely come to a meeting, meaning, remote broadcasting.
The wonders of technology.
yes.
You can attend each and every meeting.
Not only can you do that, but most of your report, if you're interested, no newbies, not yet.
Don't
We
raise
made
your
that
hand.
mistake already.
Yeah. Don't raise your
You
hand.
sit, you relax, you enjoy.
Enjoy your runs for a little while. Enjoy the time. We'll put you to work later. No. What wound up happening is even if you are interested in an officer position, and even if you can't make a lot of the things, everything nowadays can be done virtually.
Mhm.
As long as the reporting is done and you're on the pulse of your officer of your position, nobody is going to care as long as you're talking to people.
Mhm.
Mistress Martha actually, she voiced the concern. She was like, "Hey, one of these days I might want to do A&S officer again." And I was like, "You know what? You could. Even if she can't make it all the way up here for everything, as long as we let her know what we're making and the classes we're holding. And yes, we schedule through her. After that, it's just reporting.
Mhm.
It's easy."
Which all of my officers will be getting. Adelaide knows already because hers just happened to be before this meeting. I will be emailing all of my greater officers mostly, but all my officers, "Hey, your report's coming due. I want my copy. I want copies of every report that goes out."
General rule of thumb, guys, it's kind of like military and corporations. You're not going to send an email outside of a corporation without somebody in your chain of command knowing about, and somebody within the corporation knowing what you're doing. It looks bad. Same thing happens here. If it goes up north, if it goes any higher than the barony, let us know it's going.
Mhm.
Send us a copy. If you can't reach her, send to us. We're easy to find. So,
Copy us. One of the three of us will get in touch with you.
but other than that, everything was awesome. Thank you for a great war. We'll cover more of that as we go.
Yeah.
And think later on.
Mhm.
Yeah, So cool. Expect long court from their majesties. We've already been told. If you're going to coronation, and they're still asking, even though there's 60
What?
orders of pieces of business.
Something like that. There were 50 when I talked to them. But
Yeah.
There's probably more.
They're still asking.
They did a
Yeah,
few.
they did- since they didn't do golf
Because
balls.
most of Axemoor was in your cabin. Oh
Yeah.
shoot! I forgot your
Which,
stuff
by
out
the way, thank you.
Yes, y'all for taking in all the wayward.
Y'all's little cottage turned out to be like.
It did so much for keeping people calm. And
I was waiting to walk in there, have a little dog run out, somebody check her dress.
that was us on the field.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, what the hell is this?
Yeah, we were
But-
out on the field when that hit.
But no, it was intense. But we'll cover more of that.
Yeah, we'll
No,
cover
but
that a little bit.
I do want to reiterate, and that's why I'll let you go first to be the nice one. I did not get to war till Thursday. I was extremely disappointed that the first thing I got blindsided with was, why is Axemoor being sanctioned? When I had spoken with both the Kingdom Seneschal and the Kingdom Exchequer and their majesties, and I don't know where the rumor got started, much like Gallus, but that is like not the first thing you want to hear when you get on site. So if you don't know, ask and keep your mouth shut until you do. Seriously. I mean, it's just like with CJ. Don't start rumors. That's a bunch of bunk.
Where's the bugger anyway?
He moved over there.
Oh, okay.
He's in the
Other than
corner.
that, I do want to thank everybody for coming out and helping with the known world I Survived the Gulf NATO party. If you didn't attend, it was well worth it. And thank you to everybody who came out and helped me and busted butt carrying stuff and taking all the donations. But I do want everybody to, and including y'all who just walked in, here you go, to look around. The people in this room. This is the heart of the barony. These are the people. We have 65 on the books. We are the smallest group. We are smaller than most shires in this kingdom. These are the people who, you know, with the exception of a few who can't be here tonight, who bust butt, who are here. These are the people that you need to rely on, and we do not need to be tearing each other down. It's a bunch of crap. So like I said, let Gels go first because he was the nice one today. I love you guys. I'm just really disappointed. It'll get over it.
Now the good news is the hard sell's done. We're gonna get to Gulf Wars again here in a minute, and that's where we get to go. Let's talk about some cool stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
Which I did bring the books and everything. So I'm gonna talk to you in a little bit about that. Perfect timing. Knights Marshal.
Before you start
Have a taco.
stuffing your face.
Before you start stuffing your face.
Nothing new to report. We got a new knight in our barony that came out to fighter practice for Baldus. And by the next Populace meeting, I am not going to be your night marshal anymore. It is going to be passed over to Magnus.
And it's going to be done as
Before next Populace.
Okay.
It can be done at any time.
It can be done at any
It
time.
doesn't have to be done in the court.
Okay, good.
Never has to be done in court.
That's kingdom officer stuff, not Bronio level.
Mainly because you're kingdom officers, people need to know how to reach them.
But thank you, Magnus, for stepping up and taking on that job.
Good man.
And
Let's get your report in on time.
Bootleg,
Oh, he lives on a computer.
thank you
I know. He's good.
serving as our Knights Marshal. And yes, congratulations to the Sotomayor Beer Horse hyphenated. What the hell are we going to call you guys?
Sunderbeer.
Sunderbeer.
There you go. Wait, I need to write that down. That's going to be the next beer.
That's your household. Yeah.
Thunder beer.
House
That's going to be the next
Sunderbeer.
beer that he makes.
Sunderbeer.
Sunderbeer.
Oh.
Sorry.
I have a question from our viewers.
Hi, viewers.
Oh, hi, viewers.
Ed Flores would like to know, Gellis is the nice one?
It takes a lot for me to get riled
Have
up.
you
but
not
that
spent enough
was-
time at their house?
No, but I'm always the nice one because he's the cute little boy. So, you know.
I want his drugs.
No, huh? Me too.
There's a difference between nice and sarcastic.
All right, Exchequer.
Well, the books are just where they're supposed to be.
Good.
Our grand total currently is 8,760.79, of which 1,631.04 is dedicated to the trailer park.
How much?
1,600.
31.04.
That's awesome. What's the total again?
8,760.
That's nice. That's nice.
So the accounts look pretty
Yay.
good. By the way, just so everyone knows, I quit. I will be very soon turning over the position of exchequer to someone who can do the job better than me. And that will be
Turn it over to the accountant.
Yes.
There you go.
She likes numbers. I don't.
I
Although I hear you're moving on to other parts as long as everybody approves it.
Yep, that's pending approval of the populace. So.
Pourquoi?
it's all on there.
The Populace doesn't know.
Oh.
So you should probably tell them.
Oh, okay. So,
That's
wait a minute. What was I taking over again?
You're taking over Crown Court,
Honor.
and we're probably going to be doing Shadowland together.
Okay, cool.
Probably going to take over, and then I'm just be deputy, since
Mhm.
it's not since it's a minor office.
Two
Right.
jobs that you could be very creative at
Yes.
Yeah.
and have
Yes,
fun with the
yes.
office.
Go artsy fartsy dude.
Exchequers are not creative. There's no such thing as creative math when it comes to books.
I have a question.
Well,
How
yeah,
much
so
is
you
your
get
trailer you
invited
want to
for
get?
About $4,000
About
probably.
$4,000. 5 if we want to get a
We
wrap.
need a double axle.
Mhm.
All right.
If we
Ever
want
seen
to get
NCOR's
an
wrap
SCA,
where it says
you've seen their
SCA, NCOR,
tool,
big stars and everything? all
It's
over
just like the it's like
it? Advertisement.
advertisement on the
which
product.
the wrap
It's not a
can come later.
painting. It's just
That's
like
down the road.
a thing.
We may have the opportunity to get a trailer for much less at some point.
Yeah.
We're
Every
keeping our eye out for the Barrier
the Barry
auction.
auction.
And they get rid of their trailers while they're still decent. But since Chris does not work at Barrier anymore, it's catch as catch can.
I gotta.
What size? Is it bigger than the one we got?
Yes,
Bigger
double
than-
axle.
It'll be
Double
bigger and
axle.
double axle.
It'll probably be about 3 feet longer and double axle.
And we'll actually have people which know what they're doing when they build the shelvings and the shelves and stuff. That way we actually, we can put our poles,
It's not
on
a
the
danger.
bottom
Yeah, it's not a
along
danger
and,
to vehicles and
not have to worry about
You
a weight
put
being
more-
top heavy and all those wonderful things because it'll be designed to carry everything we have, which would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Which reminds me, did we get a cap on it yet? Did we get a cap on it yet?
Is the hole fixed?
Is the hole fixed? Okay, so we need to fix that like ASAP. I called him about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's a hole in the
The good
trailer.
news is everything is sealed up and protected.
There's a big hole.
The entire vent cap came off at some point in time, which apparently happens pretty normal.
Yeah, because our vent
Exactly.
cap came off and our trailers are 2 years old.
Yeah, but there's a difference. I drive 80 miles an hour with our little bit trailer.
You also drove it with the vent cap up.
That was too. Oops.
Hey, I'm just glad I wasn't
screwed
behind their vehicle.
I
this
literally
time.
screwed mine in this time. It's screwed in
Every
every
time I drive
time.
behind,
There's no
something flies
lifting
out at me.
I'm not putting gas in there.
Not
So.
planning to live in it either. So
The tarp was on there before.
With all the rain
Can't fix
last
it. Duck it.
weekend.
Yeah, we may need to go out and check
when they
it.
get
I
some
got
out,
some
to
at
check
home.
it.
All right.
Good news is everything that's unprotected is out because we did that when we realized it was leaking.
Next up on the hit parade is Harold, not Harold. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's you,
that would
baby.
be you.
Okay, the black book of my brain. Okay, so at Gold Force this year, we've awarded several axes. Several people got the axe from their excellencies. Sir Neil Gray, our assistant web minister's husband, our assistant web minister. Oh,
No,
you're the
she
web
is-
minister.
she is
Excuse
the
me.
web minister.
Our web mistress got hers. Lady Emma got hers. Her husband, Lord Drew, got his. Lady Heidi got hers. The Honorable Lady Gentile got hers. We also awarded 2 bows and blades, which went to the loving couple just recently married.
They could shoot each other.
The Thunderbeers. Lord Bootleg and Lady Heidi. We had, I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe at least 3 names and devices submitted from Axemoor at Harold's Point.
We submitted
We
ours, too.
submitted
Okay, well, I was just going with other days I was there. We didn't.
We got Sky Hour that she was tearing down.
Okay, well that's why.
She goes, "Tell me what you want." Okay.
So
You carry my stuff out to the car, I'll submit all your stuff. So.
How's it going?
also in roaming court, unless y'all want to do it.
The
Go
rooming
ahead.
card?
The roaming court.
I mean,
Go ahead.
yeah.
Okay. In roaming court of their majesties Phelan and Lynette. She's trying to read my chicken. Oh, look, I write like a
I
doctor.
know who got it, but good lord.
Hey, I told you I was a lefty. It's what happens when you go to a Catholic school.
So
Vegas?
Lord Andrew McCoran, not McCormick, cannot say.
Hey, at least I'm not Brian this time.
Shut up.
Brian. And Lady Heidi got their AOAs.
In roaming court.
In Roman court. In walkabout court.
Now, with that in mind, just realize all the scrolls and stuff, you guys may get called up again.
Yeah.
You have to get your scrolls and such. Their majesties have actually reached out to me and asked, are we willing to just take the scrolls? And I was like, it's up to you on if you want to shorten court business or not. The beauty of being Baron and Baroness, of actually being in a barony is the fact that we can open our own courts for their majesties and give out those awards that they've already announced. So we may do it that way just so people in the back row of court aren't dying. 'Cause I don't think I can bring that much beer to court. We have.
Do you have
I
another
go-
comment?
Hold on, guys. We got another comment.
What
Ed,
is-
what does Ed have to say?
Yeah.
Ed has to say that the Old Herald has nothing to pass.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All those
Thanks.
kidney stones went easy. Did they, bud?
I was thinking the same thing. I didn't say it.
I'm sorry. I was
Keep
going.
feeding the monkey.
I was going for something much worse. Something along the lines like don't go.
It's going out on the internet.
Yeah. So, go ahead with your report. I'm so sorry.
If anybody needs any names, devices, or badges drawn up, worked on, or whatever, you know where to find me.
I want to talk to you. Because I kind of got to get legal and all now.
Yeah, you do. Kind of now
Yeah.
that you have that
Yeah.
grant, honorable lady.
Yeah, not only that, but something else. Anyway, next up is ANS, which is not here. However, if you're working on anything, doing anything, SCA or SCA wise, SCA life or anything, please let Johanna know. Or if you cannot get in touch with her, get in touch with me or even their excellencies.
And on a ANSC note, we're beating up a certain apprentice into finally publishing her stuff. I don't know if you've noticed. Have you been on Facebook lately?
Mm-mm.
We finally beat a certain apprentice up into putting her stuff up online finally. All of her papers. All her papers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She's posted and then her husband and I both repost everything she posts.
All right, next up, Chronicler.
I'm going to be passing that hat over to my husband, who should have his first newsletter sorry, not loud enough. Andrew will be taking that over, and the first newsletter should be ready by the next business meeting. He has much better ideas than I did anyway, so.
That's good. No. They're good. If we can get back to honestly, Drew, if we're able to get back to a once a month BT,
Yeah,
you will be my superhero.
Mhm.
Pushing for.
No, you say twice a month, I'll kill you. We're not a comic strip, okay? Well, he is. Okay.
That's fine.
Work baby steps, and we got it.
Since
Yeah.
quarterly is the requirement, bi-monthly is awesome.
It's fun.
If you want monthly, we'll do monthly.
If you can,
Well,
great.
let's make this step and get people back into the habit of participating
Right.
and writing. And
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's one of the things we also used to do is at the demos, which we got a lot coming up. We used to hand out copies of the BT. For the record, our BT, the Bayou Tapestry, is our newsletter.
And this is our lovely bartender, April, who we all know and love.
I love her.
Hello, people. Come to my place and drink. Thank you.
That's how Gillis gets through meetings and lies about it at the other meetings.
That's out of the bag now.
Chatelaine. Yeah, get
Yeah.
the lady of both these hands.
We have 2 individuals that are interested but weren't able to make it tonight. However, we do have 3 newcomers. We have Brandon and his lady. I'm sorry, Shonda, and we have Chance that are all here to learn more. So if we can give them a few moments after the meeting proper for questions and answers, it would be wonderful.
And Adam and his lady are missing like 5 practice.
Excellent. Okay, so
Awesome.
You're by us.
so we also have, and Tegan just said we have 2 more people that came out.
More people to ride with me.
And I also have 2 more that are in Homa that were unable to make it today due to a work schedule.
Yay, that is
Um,
always good to hear.
So we're growing. Yay!
Not that they couldn't make it, but
Let
that
the
we
bodies
have.
hit the poles. Let the bodies. Oh, wait.
Thank you, love. But that's the part of being part of the SCA and being a volunteer organization is getting those volunteers to come in and play with us. So,
And not scaring them.
and not, we're competing now. We used to be when I was in college, we used to be the only game in town, but now we're competing with cons and,
Tuvians.
steampunk and Hoovians.
Barn Hoovians.
So it's good to see. It's yeah, the Quidditch team. It's
I don't know how we compete with that. That they're not a different. That's like little league versus different.
Well, that's all. No, that's all the college ones that would have been, the poppier ones, and they play Quidditch.
Oh, the LARPers.
LARPers, yeah.
Web crap.
Web minister. And real quick, since Eggle is here, I sent Eggle out a email that thankfully only went to him, even though I thought I was sending it out to everybody on my phone. Unfortunately, as wonderful, Eggle, you're wonderful. Thank you so much for doing all your years of service. Eggle, you're great. And every time I wrote Eggle, I didn't realize my phone was auto-correcting to evil. So the entire email went evil. Thank you so much.
Strangely accurate.
So I do want to say publicly, since he's here tonight, that thank you so much for all your service for all the years that you did this.
Because you went through the nightmare transition.
Yeah. And now Jack, please.
Okay, so I have a few things passed down from the Kingdom Web Minister, mostly about the new website and other features. So there is it just was announced, a new form for recommending awards at the Kingdom level. And this new form will, if we have an email address for the secretary of a consulting order, that recommendation will also go to the secretary automatically.
That's awesome.
But we need to have the emails. So if anybody in Axemoor is the secretary of a consulting order, we need the forwarding email address, not somebody's individual, but a forwarding email address set up for that order so that we can send messages automatically. Also, I think we are already doing this, but I'm gonna say it anyways. If Axemoor wants its baronial level awards to be listed on the Hall of Records, all we need to do is provide that report to Obsidian. I think we're already doing it.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
that's not a big deal.
For
And-
years, okay, just so you guys understand, for years, that wasn't the case because all Kingdom cared about was
Kingdom level.
Kingdom. Well, no, anything that had precedence,
Yeah.
anything that
Well, no,
yeah.
it hence a Kingdom level award or society level award.
And so the only ones we were reporting was the Order of the Axe.
Because that is our.
That's the only emergency.
That's the only exactly. So now they're saying if we want the Gull, the Justinian,
And all we have to do is
all of them on
provide
there,
reports
then all
and
we
or
gotta do is-
documentation. So part 3, we need to check the new Hall of Records website to make sure that the records are accurate. There's a lot of double entries. There's a lot of stuff that's not in there. And so each individual really needs to go and look themselves up and check their own records. If you find something wrong, there's a form at the bottom of your page that you can automatically report it. Just write what's wrong, but please be polite. I have to say this because some people were not polite yesterday and today on Facebook and in private messages to the web minister and to some of the heralds.
Volunteer organization.
If you received an award before you settled on the name and it's under that other name, they link it together.
If you can provide documentation that you had both, I'm sure that's not a problem.
Yeah, you should, if you got a scroll, you shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
And that's she did that because for some reason, for the longest time, after, and heaven forbid, my name was listed, but hers wasn't for the college. Just saying.
What?
But she got it quick. She got it fixed fast.
No, that is not what happened. It's the next events report came down, and I politely mentioned, and I was polite. I was not one of these jackasses. I was polite
She's the mean one, you know.
and said, "Hey, there was another set of crowns that day. They did court too."
Well, you see, I think they're both wonderful and nice.
Suck up.
Also,
That doesn't get your vote easy.
this is something that can be checked on the web, but also if your device, they have redone certain things in the College of Heralds recently. Our beautiful, wonderful Herald caught it on mine. They're going by the old drawings that we did. and blue turns purple
After 15 years.
after 15 years. So my device got re-registered as red and purple.
Rules and Purpure. And
Rules
she
and
was like,
Purpure.
no.
Because they didn't use Crayola markers at the time, and they used whatever, and Crayola markers are the only archival based markers
That don't fade.
that don't fade over.
Yeah.
That is
So-
just way too much scary information.
So you may just want to
Crayola markers are forever.
like it,
And obviously they burn for 30 minutes. The crayons themselves burn for 30
it did, but it
minutes.
got changed. It got changed to Purpure.
You can get some Walmart
They
My
legally,
ad-
no,
my
they
ad-
legally changed it.
My answer got changed to Purpure.
Did you change
She
it
was
back?
there.
Yeah, I wrote them a letter and said, hey, it's
All
not
right.
what I registered the first time. It's still right. But they changed it.
Do you have anything else?
I think that is.
I think they were just going through the old archives and digitizing things probably.
It should
Yeah,
be.
records.glenavon.net.
I
think that's it.
Okay. Next up is quarter matter.
Quarter matter?
What's the matter?
What's up, quarter matter?
Quarter matter.
So
What's a quarter matter to you?
Mad Hatter?
Quarter matter to you?
I stepped down. I turned it over to you like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
You're the quarter matter now.
Constable.
Which is why you're the quarter
This
matter.
is why you're the quarter matter.
Well,
That's why every last 2
And
meetings you said the
everything we
trailers in the
own
yard.
except for what's in my house is by your house.
yeah. And you have.
I wasn't at the February meeting.
So you made the February meeting?
Yeah, you were. You were here. We talked about it. It was announced in the record. It's a done deal. I ain't taking it back. No.
Don't take that.
Don't take
Make him
that.
the quartermaster.
No. As far as I know, other than getting the hole in the trailer fixed, we did lose some archival stuff, some of our historical stuff.
Some of it replaced, right? The big.
We got the big scroll
Pillar.
replaced. That
The big scroll.
Which is why
Yeah,
that's
we
in
had
my
a
house.
wonderful-
Right. Mm-hmm.
No, the one I'm talking about is
Storage
Saint
system
Saint
last week.
Bogdacious scroll. Yeah, which is
Oh.
why it needs to be checked again. Some of our Saint Bog relics were destroyed because of the leak. Nobody realized
Well,
that
we caught that one.
the leak. Well, some of them we had to get
I'll
rid
be
of.
happy to help.
The scroll
make
was
some
ruined.
new,
But because we don't have a storage unit anymore, we've pared down some. Every officer has stuff that should belong to them
Mhm.
in their possession.
And I have some that belong to other officers, but they know.
Well,
and
you're
I
the
know.
seneschal.
You're the
That's
seneschal.
I know.
Tag. You're it.
We'll have that for the next 20 years.
Yeah, I know it. But that's okay.
Speaking of quartermaster, I have a panel that I'm gonna turn over to this new.
Nice Marshall
Marshall.
is not listening or even
Yo,
paying
Cam.
attention.
I had my old helm, and then I purchased one that go for us. He, give me my
Oh,
old
it is
helm,
pretty.
put in with,
He wanted me to drill it. I'm going.
And Knights Marshal,
until you're ready.
correct me if I'm wrong, but this involves the Knights Marshal and the Exchequer. It has been
Exchequer.
Exchequer,
Emma.
Exchequer,
Your
Knights
first-
Marshal. It has been how many years since stepping down, Knights Marshal? Since we've had a armor workshop?
2 months.
2 months.
No. As far as building new stuff,
2 months.
it has been 2 months. Okay.
I went to it. You didn't.
Okay. I knew that we needed stuff.
We've been doing.
You did build full sets.
Three full sets, three or four.
Okay.
4 J's, 6 helms.
If
Awesome.
you can't fit one of our helmets, you got problems.
Not to mention
We
all
have
the ones
everything
that are
from
in
micro
the
machine to frickin' Buick.
We have one that was donated from Brian for the Blackguard. That he said if nobody wants to use in Blackguard, use it in Ronan gear.
Oh, His
Somebody
Highness?
wants Blackguard, yes. We do have a-
You have to have a zip for a head, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just know it's
He
okay.
tried to put it on. Well, no. He brought it out to the regional, and everybody tried it on. It was like
It's a
It's
a girly or a youth helmet.
I managed to get it on, but boy, I had to like deflate my ego like a champ.
Okay, demo. That's you again, my love.
And you can't say this was.
Yeah, you can't say this is not your job.
We have one this Friday. It's our annual one for St. Paul's. I think this is the 15th or 16th year we've been doing this one. 16? Yeah. It's the time frame has changed. So Armor Up is 11:30 with the demo running from 11:45 to 12:15. It's a short one, but we pack a bunch into it. And the kids ask some really good questions. We do a little bit of show and tell. Hey, I have possibly one, maybe two fighters that can make it.
I am 98% probable. So just
Yeah, but you don't have anybody to sign
It's,
contracts
Says
this
we
week.
learn to
11:45.
start, Martha, but the kids won't come in till 11:45.
No, the kids are there. No, they're there.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's we go in for
as we-
11.
okay.
Yeah, we go in for
11:30 to 12:15.
Yeah.
We'll just put it
So
that
meet
way.
at 11.
11:30.
Meet at 11:30.
Yeah, the guys are.
I don't know.
In the parking lot.
I'm never able to make it because of
This one's always on a Friday, and we shifted it from March into April, which is actually kind of work. I think will
Yeah.
work out.
my job is always killed
The
that.
next one we're scheduling
For Green Park, Cheyenne School.
will be Friday, May 13th, and we need to decide on a
Friday
time.
the 13th.
Very auspicious day right there.
It's a very lucky day. We just need to discuss.
I'm dressed as a priest.
To a public school.
We need to set a time for that one because it's apparently our choice as to what time we want to show up. It is outside, covered pavilion.
Covered pavilion. I do have a picture of the pavilion. It's huge. It's about the size of a
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah. It's about the size of the pavilion at Wow Site, roughly. Maybe a little smaller than that. But it's kind of the same scenario. It's got a roof that kind of comes down a little bit, but it is blacktop. So, but if we need grass and the weather's nice, there's grass area too.
Oh, come on.
It's not legal here yet. Shush. Wow, you're in a mood today.
So,
Anywho, but unfortunately, if we did the grassy area, we would have to do like some pop-ups or something because there is no shade.
That was not it.
Kind of would go by what the fighters want. Do you want covered shade with blacktop, or do you want grassy area with no shade?
Yeah, it depends on. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get better show when you're fighting on the turf because the simple fact is you can drop to your knees, you can get more aggressive, you can just be meaner. You can die properly. You do it in concrete, yes, it's cooler, but the problem is you can't drop down to your knees as fast.
Mm-hmm.
Falling is not exactly conducive to work the next day.
Right.
what time do we want to do this?
I can tap you and you go into convulsions.
Time frame? What would be a good time?
Yeah.
The buses start rolling at what time? Because we need to be out before the buses roll.
The buses start rolling in at about 3:00. Their dismissal time is 3:15. So we need to be finished in enough time to get them back to their classrooms and where they need to be. Yes,
What is
Martha?
their lunchtime? The kids' lunchtime?
I can find out, but there's 2 lunch times. There's one like at 11 and one like at 12.
Yeah, we're doing this for the 4th and 5th grade classes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Or
it's-
more if they decide they want to come out. This is the first time we're doing it. I'm speaking with the teacher right now. She actually called me today asking me what's going on with it. Are we still doing this? They're really excited to have us come out.
Okay.
You need to make sure to have somebody like talk about the plague. Krusty, we need some leeches. That went over really well at Corwin School
Oh yeah, your class one
on the plague
I got to teach about combat and tactics
and medicine and the
and all
plague
that.
and
She got to
sanitation.
talk about like death.
It was awesome.
But anyway, so a good showing there would be, great. and I will talk to the teacher, Miss Gordon, and let her know we put grass area on this particular day. Just got to find out the time. I was figuring maybe right after lunch, so probably around a 1 o'clock time frame, 1 or
1 to
2,
2.
and do the 2 to 3, and that'll give them time to get back to their classroom.
Or if they're doing it for bringing in the fourth graders, like 1 to 2, and then the other ones right after.
Mm-hmm.
So do like 45 minutes per class.
Yeah, no, I think they're all going to come at one time. It's just going to be one big, bleh, look, this is what we do. And then if that works,
part of their
great. If not,
history. It works as part of their history grade.
right. Mm-hmm.
So about
So
one.
we'll say it's like 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. start. No, we'll call her tomorrow. Yeah.
Right.
I know.
And the really big one, which has always been Jefferson Parish Library, we kick off the summer reading program. It is no longer Memorial Weekend this year. It is moved to June 4th.
It's a weekend,
is-
though, right?
It's a Saturday.
Okay, I can attend that one.
It is same time, fighters outside, artisans inside, 9:30 for setup. The demo runs from 10 to 2.
What day was it again? I'm sorry.
June 4th. It's a
Blow torches
Saturday.
outside.
Huh?
Blow torches
Blow
outside.
torches out. Sorry, blow torches outside.
Yep.
If the weather is really nice, can we see if we can shift some of the artisans both in and out so Ann's not by herself up there? And pop-ups for that one definitely is a yes. And we do a little bit of an archery demo.
Mm-hmm.
He's
We
frowning
can
at me.
probably do like we usually do and bring the yurt, but just put the top on it.
That one is a much more involved demo.
Yeah, that's the big one.
What time was it?
9:30 for setup on June
And they'll
4th.
let us come out and set the. We may want to ask them this time if they'll let us come out on
Friday afternoon.
Friday afternoon and set up our pavilions. So set them up that evening.
I'm a little leery about that one.
Yeah. It's behind the library. You don't see it from the road.
Still, it's one of those things. There's a difference between setting it up the night before Gulf Wars and setting something up at
Or 9
on
o'clock.
Manhattan.
It's on Manhattan Boulevard on the West Bank.
I'm not a big fan of my.
Oh, we can set up
Yurt
at 9.
band.
It's not safe. It is not safe for y'all to leave the kind of behind that.
Yeah, I think so. Okay.
It's not.
But we can set up before 9:30 if we need to.
Yeah, we'll just get there earlier. We usually a bunch of us usually get there by 8:30. Hell, even I make it up there by 8:30. It's just not.
Well, it's because I keep getting I get you up at 5 o'clock.
Well, there's
All right.
That's it for
Do any
demos.
of my officers that are here have anything else to add to their reports?
Sorry, this is the voice.
Yeah, no, baby, I understand.
No,
All I know is I got this to say, Krusty. You must be loving life right now. She can't yell at you.
a lot of sign language going on in your house.
You must be number one a lot.
The text I had earlier was babies.
All right. First up is the Gulf Wars recap. Gulf NATO. Wow. What an event. What a time. We already went over some of the bad aspects, but some of the good aspects is
The shower didn't blow away.
the shower did not blow away. The roof to it was awesome. Thank you, Daphne.
Thank you, Daphne. That was awesome.
Yes. And also the pole barn for the kitchen worked out really, really good. We need to get a proper roof for that because even though the tarps worked out really good,
Oh no, that was.
There was still some
it
issues.
still had some leakage and everything else.
Well, what we're gonna do this year is we're gonna actually get a full tarp again, like we did for the shower,
Mm-hmm.
thicker material. Because we went bare bones on this last one.
I think we may want to put an awning though on that front edge to do a awning on that front edge to keep it from going straight down on the cooks.
And I want to put a picket fence right in front of it.
Oh shush! Just where the stove goes.
Yeah, no, I'm teasing
Instead
you.
of putting tarp type roof on the kitchen center, I thought we talked about putting the roof on it.
That's going to be on
Roof's
the
gonna be on the pavilion.
pavilion.
The kitchen's gonna have a roof like the.
Either way, it really all depends on
He's our
Neil.
building- he's
It's
our
all depends
building
on our
guy, so if he
construction.
wants to do it, I'm not gonna say no.
As far as the kitchen goes, it's good. What's going to make his wife happy?
Yeah.
You know, so.
And I think she'd be happy with an awning where the stove goes.
Enough.
Look at the man hours that it takes to put all that stuff up and take it down.
If it's
Plus
permanent,
storing it,
yeah.
taking it back out, drying
That's a
it,
very
which
good
happens
point.
Every year when on Sunday it's raining. So if we have permanent roof on the pavilion, permanent roof on the kitchen, and permanent roof on the bathroom, we don't have to worry about it. Now,
That's a good
the
point.
bathroom could be down the road, but the kitchen and the pavilion are going up this year. Pavilion's going up. Kitchen and framing is already there. Remember Neil said the slats are already there. All we gotta do is tack it up.
Cool.
For the new people, Axemoor, Gulf Wars is a week-long war event, and Axemoor has a permanent care for one of the permanent structures.
With a kick in the shower.
Mhm.
With an awesome shower.
Yeah, people from other encampments have actually, paid us to
When it
use
works.
our- yeah, when it works,
When it
to
works.
use our shower.
But no, actually, with all the construction, everything this year, I mean, and then what we got planned for next year, we've got a lot in store. Be prepared. We're probably going to use a lot of the summer to get a lot of it done. Hopefully this time many of us won't bake when we do it. But the whole idea is we're trying to make it to where there's less to have to drag up.
Mhm.
I had to actually call Magnus up, because I was like, dude, there's no way I can get any of the Baronial Pavilion stuff up. I called Krusty up to get part of it. And then I was like, well, I can pick up. And I thought about it afterwards, like, I can't even get that. So I had to have him bring up the entire trailer for 2 tables, and the pavilion. Oh, and the coffee pot. God forbid we don't forget the coffee pot.
Yeah, can't forget the coffee. That'd be bad.
But yeah, so other than that, no, everything worked out. I mean, literally, all of the amenities that we built this year were great. They worked as they were supposed to. I was really happy with that. As far as, I tell you what, just the Gulf NATO itself, it showed yet again, apparently Axemoor thrives in the thunderstorms.
Hey, rock on, man. People were coming by and asking, man, y'all didn't get hit at all?
Yeah.
No, man. We just didn't take any time getting everything back up.
Right.
We had a fire going before anybody else did.
Mhm. Thank
We were
you.
passing
We had a
out-
party going before anybody
Yeah,
else
we were
did.
passing out whiskey and scotch, getting warmed back up, coffee, of course, and tea.
Nova had a soup kitchen going down there.
And I would like to also, again, to thank Martha and Eggle for the, safe haven of your
And
cabin.
and all the guys who were out there in the rain putting tents back up.
Yes, yes.
Before everything got
The rain
waterlogged.
rain wasn't even passed. We already had everybody's tent, which took the hits, back up and functioning, protecting what wasn't wet, which in some cases
Was nothing, but yeah.
Mhm.
By 10 by 10.
Yeah.
Because it didn't fall down. We stayed back up.
hmm Which I do appreciate all the gentlemen that helped put my tent back up in the storm, because mine went bye-bye.
yours exploded.
Mine exploded, and half my unmentionables went to Omaha. Yes, Krusty.
On that note, Master Colbert extended his personal thanks.
Yep, I was gonna bring that up.
He got out there and helped the other people who were taking damage from the storm.
That's right.
Within
Thursday night.
that was the thing. That's what I was saying. It literally brought out the finest of all of our traits. It brought out Axemoor. It was like all the stupid stuff at the beginning of the week kind of literally got washed away in 10 minutes.
hmm And I do say one of our newer members that just recently started playing with us got back into camp, expecting to start being leader man, trying to get everybody to do what needs to be done. And he walked in and everything was done.
It was done.
He was just like, I'm so home.
Mhm.
This is my home, because
Mm.
this is the group of people I want to play with, the ones that get it done.
Mm-mm.
Well, that was the thing,
I
The
live
guy,
with theirs.
Rick,
oh yeah.
Rick and Daphne Rick.
Oh.
No, we
Once he got his family
Squared
deposited.
away.
we got over there, and by the time
We were trapped in the hall 'cause we
literally
were out
before
on
the rain had
field.
passed, we had all of our tents back up and a fire going. Drinks were out. And then we also had everybody who was just put up our tent, all the other tents that were in camp, if able bodies were out on the streets making sure that everybody else was taken care of, and that people weren't killing each other because people, believe it or not, it doesn't always bring out the best in people.
Mm-mm.
No.
And there was at one point in time we had people, thankfully I took lessons from Master Stefan. The devil taught me how to use a mag light. And if you carry it a certain way, people go, I'm not going to mess with him because you have a dimple in your head. And I had the big mag light. And literally, it was like, no, you're going that way. Because if you go that way, you're going to hit 3 cars along the way.
I don't know if everybody here is aware that our Kendall, Jenna
Jenna
Kendall,
Kendall.
she is a federal marshal, and in a natural disaster, she's automatically on duty.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, you are too.
Yep.
Yes, and
And she came running back. She said, "I'm now on duty."
yeah,
Yep.
she did.
She had already alerted Watch and Pratt that she was on site on duty.
All I can tell you is that I was unbelievably impressed at how we pulled together, did what we had to do, and then we had people from every encampment around us coming over to get warmed up. I'm looking around us going, man, this is all right. We were offering them food, we were offering them shelter, we were offering them
Absolutely.
We offered some bed space even because there was a few people that came in and didn't have a tent.
Me one of them. Around the fire. We took care of our people. And we took care of
Everything, and the thing was, it still lasted the next 2 days, the next couple of days, because all of a sudden we just went into. I was very happy with the way, Ox and Jack suddenly showing up with, oh look, can I run a really long freaking clothesline? Yes, yes you can. Yes, you
I
can.
guess we should bring more rope next year.
Well, just in case emergency, yes.
So the next morning, man, chaos was happening on the road. I run down the area I need and watch and realize you're fixing to have a 5-car pilot in the middle. And no one's going to get out of here.
Yeah.
Eagle.
And that was why I was very, very grateful to Master Guillermo for going out and getting my ice once we had decided, because we didn't know until that morning whether the normal party was going to happen or not. Because Meridier's, the camp that was doing the food, took a lot of damage and they all left. Fortunately for us, the royal reception was supposed to happen right after Glen Island Court, but we invaded the royal reception, so they didn't get to use their food. So we used their food. They very graciously donated it to the party, which went off.
Everything happens for a reason.
Everything did work out, and everybody came together. And the site owner was very, very helpful, very gracious to let us use his facilities.
The big thing about this year's Gulf Wars, we had our ups and we had our downs, but we had a lot more ups. A lot more ups. And that's the best thing about this group. And that's major props to all. People don't realize what it takes to live in a fishbowl for a week with each other. We get to do it every year. And try not to eat the other fishes.
And then the giggling from the next tent.
We don't talk about the giggling from the next tent. They were almost newlyweds. You can't yell at them. They're not even listening.
Hey, at least we didn't put
We had no signs this year. I was impressed.
Yeah. We didn't have to drop any tents in Axemoor, which I was very happy about.
For those that are interested, you've got the book.
Yes. For those that are interested, if you are interested in looking at the finances of Gulf Wars, I have the books right here of everything that was spent and everything, everybody paid and everything.
That actually brings a question.
How much do we have left?
Yeah.
We have cash left of $237.70,
which is not enough to do.
Which we will be getting $60 more as soon as I receive a check from the actual barony, because some funds from Axemoor were used for Gulf War stuff.
The paint for the table.
The paint for the tables.
I have the paint.
But
it never
unfortunately,
got done.
Afterwards, we realized that would actually come out of baronial funds, not Gulf Wars funds. So I'll be getting reimbursed to
that's still
this
not,
fund.
That's still not going to be enough to put up another
No.
pole barn. So we may have to wait one more year.
Yeah, we do have to pay for that. We actually do. They bought the extra shower when they got it working, and then the shower died at the end of the war. So that we have another shower that we need. And I quite honestly have absolutely zero problem of forking over the cash to get in the shower.
How many years since we've replaced that shower?
Oh God, yeah.
Who's got the shower?
It was 127.
We have a shower.
Cool.
We have a
Yeah.
shower.
It's the exact same model.
Yep.
Excellent. Makes it 10 times easier if it's the exact same model.
The previous one that we had, the one we had is at my house. I'm gonna take it and flush it and clean it.
Maybe you can make me bring it back.
Do some work on it. The brand new one is in Storm City.
Hey, put it this way: if you can manage to somehow bring that bad boy back to life, and we made that, we could possibly down the line turn our shower into a double shower.
I thought about that. There is
Because all it takes is a splitter,
And there's plenty of space in there.
you know, and that would make things
Lord knows we have a big
so
enough
much
water
easier.
tank.
God knows we have that.
We got a big enough.
Thank you, by the way.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you very
Thanks.
much, Eagle,
That
for
was the
the.
one out of your yard?
When
Yeah,
frickin'-
that's what I figured he came up on
Who
site and
was
I'm like,
it?
I think it's Eagles.
Dale.
Wait.
Wade comes up afterwards and was like, "Okay, so apparently we were telling people we had to get tanks. Y'all are good." I'm like, "Really?" We were supposed to get a 100-gallon. He brings out a 300, and he goes, "Y'all are good."
Mhm.
And I looked at him, I was like, "You realize it does nothing for your water flow, right?" And he goes, "What?" I was like,
It really does.
"As soon as I turn my water on, it's going to drop, and it's going to start to fill, and it's going to run and run and run and run, and then it's going to shut off." Well, what's the difference between it doing that and me just reaching up and going when I'm
The
done with the
only
shower?
difference is that our camp will still have 300 gallons of water when some idiot goes through a water line.
That is true there.
And
So
we do have also, since they put in the new water lines, I'm sure as many of y'all saw. At the beginning of war, we had a nice little lake from one of the water lines, but no, there's one now, more or less in front of Martha and Eggle's cabin, a few feet. And then, of course, we have the one by the shower. Now, the one by the shower is also being split with Anstiora behind on the other side of the
With
fence.
Grindelwald, yeah.
yeah, the water.
The
water.
What they
that
used to
one-
do is they used to split off of the kitchen. Well, because they had the two nozzles there. Well, what wound up happening was inevitably somebody kept turning their water off. I mean, it's just the nature of the beast. You get over there, oh, it's leaking, you know, or whatever. Oh, let's figure out what's going on.
And then their showers would.
And then their showers would go out.
And they'd be coming back. Then all of a sudden you're doing dishes and you'll see an arm reach through the
And
fence.
At which point they asked, they were like, "Can we split off here because our kitchen's right there, and then we can run from there?" And I'm going, "Well, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
That's never getting turned off.
Mhm.
Go ahead and split it and move.
Yeah.
Done."
So they went out and they got a splitter and their own hose and they did all the work. But just FYI, if somebody sees it next year, this is the arrangement we made with the Anstioran people.
Covered.
Be nice to our neighbors.
So we're gonna have less than we got. You said 237.
Yeah, plus 60 after that. So
Plus reimbursing him.
Plus
So
reimbursing
it's-
him.
We probably we're not.
Yeah,
gonna get the
Okay,
this year.
so no, we'll be able to, but the only thing is it'll wind up being exactly like we did a lot of it this year, where different households that are staying on site will cover $90 to $100 per shot of the lumber up front, to where it covers their camp fee like we did this year.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's how the shower got built by Emma and Drew.
Yeah.
We paid for our part of our way in with the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
There's $90 out of the $600 that it cost. So boom, done.
Which, if you're on the work crew and we need some supplies and you pay for some supplies and you want to use it as your site fee,
yes,
I have no problem. I have the book. In
We
the
just need a
book, there
receipt.
are notes that say, Gellis paid blah, C note, and then I'll go in the notes section and say Gellis paid this much money for wood for the pavilion or the whatever, and
that covers your site fee for
that
the year.
covers your site fee for the year.
So the big thing is, though, next year, remember, every year we paid through this year for electricity. Beginning of the year next year, as we troll in, I'm gonna have to pay another $200.
Mm-hmm.
Good news is prices aren't going up on electricity. Bad news is we're actually losing money because we're not using $200 for electricity.
Because we
we have
get
two outlets.
two outlets, one
We
for
have-
one in the kitchen and then one by the pavilion.
And it's $100 a year to keep it. Now, mind you, if we were to go up
It's on all year.
And,
all year,
and which allows us to use it when we go up to work on the site.
well, yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah, because I mean, we were when it first came out, we were helping everybody by getting like paying for it and then getting the money back. As of this year, as most of y'all know, we're paying only for what from baronial funds. We're only paying for the barony.
Right.
If you have your own electricity, you're paying for it by yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
We take care of it.
yeah.
Taxes usually they walk in. Yeah.
And I gave her receipt for the taxes that she paid that I have as well, because they put her
They put
cabin
everything all as
on as Axemoor, so I have it
we
that
already
she
talked.
paid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, with that in mind, based upon current taxes, what I'm thinking more than likely it's going to be no ifs, ands, or buts, $300 a year from this point forward, just for taxes and electricity
Right.
for the barony's property.
Mm-hmm.
Which, grand scheme of things, we'll figure out. Once we get everything built and figure out what the all that stuff, that'll be down the line. We'll adjust as we go. But I'm going to get with Neil, get an estimate for how much everything's going to cost this year, plus add
If you wanted to see
the
the taxes, that
200. I mean, add the electricity and the taxes into it, and that will dictate how much we're going to be paying per person this year.
The top the top of it. Yeah.
So that way we know everything. That way everything's
we paid and we
So,
have.
any questions about Gulf Wars? Thank you all. It was awesome.
She's asking a question right now about the tarp.
We have enough to, I think, make walls as well.
Right.
I'm actually looking to buy the tarp and figure some of this out.
We paid for enough to make the top of that. It was a section.
So we bought the canvas and some.
It's a billboard. It's
Right.
billboard.
It's billboard canvas. It's billboard canvas. She made the top. We
It's not
have
enough
enough
do
to
the
either
kitchen, but
make
we may be
walls
able to get
around
walls to
it,
the shower.
or if somebody decides they want to
Yeah.
buy that little bit and then
There's
pay
pinholes in what we've got right
rent
now.
Gulf Wars money back.
It's just a little too thin. They've got the
that's what it
thicker
came out
stuff.
of, and then
Yeah.
we'll
So-
buy because it's not enough to make for the total. Because we're gonna if we don't do a
No, I'm
permanent,
talking the
top of
shower.
the kitchen. That's what we were going to use. But Gellis
There's
is right.
pinhole points,
There's
it's nothing enough to
pinhole
leak.
points that you can see
But it's
through
the
the
shower.
shower.
but it's a
Which,
shower.
when you're showering, if it's raining, it doesn't matter. So we may not be using that for anything like the kitchen because we don't want it to rain on the kitchen. We're going to go with a thicker
We're gonna go.
canvas.
Well, not canvas. We're gonna do the. They're talking. We're putting a roof on it.
Yeah.
in the kitchen.
should
I'm
keep
looking-
everything spending like-
I'm looking at buying. For the record, just so you guys know, I've got like because who was it? They were the ones who bought.
Oh, hey.
They were Bootleg and Krusty and all of them. They bought the original.
Mm-hmm.
We went with thinner than theirs, which works, but the only thing for the shower, but it won't work for the other plans that we've got down the line.
But it will work to do
So,
3 walls on the shower.
the barony doesn't eat that cost for however many feet there is left.
I would have to ask Daphne. On that.
Daphne's I've already talked to her. She's going to figure out, we got to get her the total that we paid. She's going to figure out how much it is per square foot, measure it all off, and I'm going to buy that back because I'm going to make a liner for the inside of my tent.
Oh, there you go.
So, because that roof, instead of changing out the roof, I want something that drapes down and gives a little bit of extra. If I get a little nick in it, I ain't worried about it. But that way, the barony doesn't eat that leftover,
Mm-hmm.
and I can do something with it.
Yeah, since there's not much more we can do with it, because we were going to try to use it for the kitchen top, but
Yeah.
one, it would be too thin, and two, I think the permanent top would be much better.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah,
I just want to let everybody know what the plan is for that,
Mhm.
which we got to forward that to Daphne so I can get the math on that.
No problem.
So, anything else on Gulf? To answer your question?
Yes,
Okay.
Okay, cool.
No problem. If you have anything else, baby, just ask me. It's cool. So next up is the service symposium on July 2nd.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Where'd she go?
I don't know who.
Where's April? I hear her. Last meeting, we asked you to investigate something for us. Did you remember? Probably. July 2nd, a service. We were talking about having a one-day thing here. Is it available? July 2nd.
Oh,
Many of us
and
have.
you know what? We also got to do Christmas Revel. With her.
The after Revel.
The after Revel with her, because and I need to talk to you, Tegan, about Revel. because I'm not going.
July 2nd.
Yeah, did you talk to Fred already?
No, I have not.
That's July.
Talk to Fred, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to Fred, but I'm going to talk to her too about it.
That's the service symposium, if it's open.
Calendar stops at July 1st.
So that's a yes.
It's open! Yay!
We really gotta ask them when they get out of
Keith.
So they're in a meeting right
Or
now?
Not Keith anymore. It's
It's a lady.
It's lady now. What's her name?
No, asking.
Oh, it's
Okay, so if we can find that out tonight, that will be awesome.
let me know when they're done, and we'll
The-
go talk to them.
The other question is Oktoberfest, because when is the weekend of the demo?
We're usually the second weekend.
So we don't. frighten
And we
the
just need to
weenies.
confirm, because we have another group that's talking about planning an event around our event. They don't want to
It
impact the
depends.
demo.
There's 5 weekends in October, so it depends on when they're doing October.
Most likely, it's still gonna be the middle three. We're always the middle
8,
three.
15, and 22.
Which puts us at the 15th.
Because that's the non-weenie race weekend.
Yeah, we need to make sure we're not on the weenie race.
If we can verify
races?
those two things tonight,
The weenie race.
take care of our
Weenie
issues.
races. We can't go with the weenie races. We're scared of doggies. We did
That's
that
another
one
key
year.
thing. Awesome.
We were fighting. The dogs were trying to race right in front of us, and the dogs kept going meow, meow, meow.
Okay, so there was a question probably from the Grundle.
Can we explain for people who don't know what is a service symposium?
A service symposium is a entire day worth of classes and basically teaching how to be an officer, to not just Knights Marshal, but just holding an office in the SCA. How to be an autocrat, how to be a feastocrat,
Yeah,
how
ways you
to
can serve.
ways that you could serve. How, basically the thousands of different ways.
Conscientious volunteering.
Yes. Literally from the smallest job, which quite honestly, the easiest job in the SCA that you'll ever find is lift and tote. There's not a whole lot of responsibility as long as you can lift with the knees and put down properly without injury.
Yes, you can
There
have
you go.
tacos.
Yeah, trust me, it's not fun to
That's
injure your
right.
back when you're lifting.
But that's the whole idea. We're going to have classes
or
on,
nasty-crat.
I'm glad to teach my autocrating 101. It's the fat, lazy bastard style of autocrating.
And we can do a feastocrating 101 if you want
Ours
to
or
see.
for the
The kingdom.
Feastocrating 101.
I thought it was a society.
No,
How to
no,
plan out
no.
a menu.
Kingdom.
Because you and I come at it
This
from
is
very
strictly kingdom.
different angles.
They held
We
one
get the
last
same
year.
result.
There was like 10 people there. We're trying to amp it up. Now, with that in mind, if July 2nd works, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, because especially it's July 4th weekend. Can we open up? Are people willing to volunteer their crash space? I know I'm willing to because we generally always do.
Possibly.
And we'll be getting the house cleaned. We'll be getting the house cleaned up. We should have plenty of floor space because we will be getting our house cleaned up to get it ready to
You have
sell.
recliner space. Awesome. There
I
you
have
go.
floor and
Yes, you may. There are adults out there. There's fun.
Okay, so
yeah, I got yard
Okay.
space too. Somebody wants
What
to
I
bring a
will
tent
do,
and pop it up.
what
and
I
give
will
it
do
to-
is,
we have
as soon as we
some
confirm the dates, because that's the whole reason why I haven't gotten in touch with Fred about this. Not Fred, but Gilbert. Is that I want to verify the availability of site, and then make sure that when we put it out, hey, look, crash space is available throughout the Barony. So
So we need to schedule after Rebel Rebel.
yes, that's what she was. Just
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
17th,
The 17th.
that's the Saturday before.
Which is another one we'll have to clear with
Christmas
Keith.
Eve.
Yep, we got to clear that one.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, I told April to let me know when Keith comes out.
Okay.
So me and Tegan will go talk to him real quick.
So that is that one. More to follow.
Mhm.
So, Grundle, did that answer what you were looking for? Cool.
All right. Christmas Revel is next up on the hit list. We need bids. I have not gotten any bids for Christmas Revel. I unfortunately
Next one's
cannot put
42,
one in
this is
myself
41.
because I will not be there. My sister is getting married that Saturday. So I will be in.
You got to tell her no.
Tell Connie to change that date.
Yeah, no, I wish
We're
I
gonna have
could.
the wedding at Rebel.
Get married at Rebel.
Yeah, I know, huh?
We could do
I can do it.
Yeah. I told her I got friends that could do it. She said no. I said he'd even come dressed up as Father Guido. She said
Or
explicit
you can
no.
have Father Christmas do it.
Yeah, that too. But no, she's so she's getting married that Saturday, so I will not be coming up to Revel. That's one of the reasons why I want to talk to you. I also got to talk to Fred about it. But anyway, so I need bids, people.
Deputize you.
Yeah, I know. Everybody, my entire meeting has gone to smoke a cigarette. Yes, yes,
Yes, sir.
yes, sweet.
What is this Christmas Revel?
It's our big end of the year party for everybody.
It turns
It's a
into-
local event
but it's
that
the Kingdom's
literally-
Christmas party.
Interkingdom.
Yeah, Inter Kingdom.
We get
Christmas
people from we've had people recently as far as Atlanta drive-in.
It's because we pack an insane amount of activities into 2 days.
The funny thing is, we literally take every aspect other than equestrian because they, the horses on the field, apparently they get upset. But we take everything we possibly can and just shove it into a day and a half. Not even a half, just a day. And then the thing is, literally, if there's something for you in the SCA, you're going to find it here. People are terrified to run this event, but the sad part is this is the easiest of all the events to run because everything runs itself. You go boom, 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 and go and throw it out there, and the group handles it.
Okay, we need classes, A&S
Couple of
officer. Oh, we need fighting, Kingdom Marshal.
Yeah,
a nice
so
marshal.
you could get into anything in the SCA you wanted to.
We have
What's your interest in the SCA?
I want to be a warrior.
You want to hit people with sticks? Well, that's
we can
also
accommodate that.
we can help you with that. We've got a few of us have been doing it a while.
If you want
There's
combat
also at that
archery,
there's a
target,
great
that's
tournament for that one. It's called the newbie list. You have to be authorized, which means safe on the field for less than 18 months and never won a tournament. So literally, they send their newbies from all around the kingdom down to this tournament and go, get your butt out there. Now, all the experienced guys, we're all sleeping off the hangover because we're not getting up that early. No, actually, we go out and watch our new guys to see how well they do. And it's one of those things where you'll watch it. Winning the newbie list is actually a pretty big deal around amongst all the guys because that just translates to, it's like that's smat talking amongst all the new guys.
Sounds like a good goal to go for.
Just saying.
Number one, Evan Shieldbreaker.
Yeah, Evan Shieldbreaker killed 2 shields and 1 sword that event, and he's a doctor.
It's also
He's a surgeon.
Yeah, he's an army surgeon, and he came out going, so I just got to hit him hard, right? Sure.
Technically.
And don't get hit. Better plan.
our Christmas Revel is also our big Toys for Tots drive.
Yeah.
That we do for community of Patties.
in order to do anything. It's our way of giving back, because in order to participate in any of the activities, the fighting, the ANS, you have to bring a toy to get entry. It is an awesome, very busy, very tiring.
And then of course, as you heard, I'm sure we have the after revel, which is yeah, I know, huh?
Family party.
It's the family party. We usually come here and we get the bigger room.
Eat the leftovers.
Well, we
Yeah,
there's leftovers.
You got to like
Yeah, 4 years we haven't had leftovers.
We have
Okay.
not had leftovers.
Mm-mm.
That's
That's the best part.
Well, that's just it though. Or with the feastocrats are like literally planning it out perfectly to the point where the only thing that went home was like a pot of gravy.
But
That's because Tegan wasn't losing her gravy.
so we will do potluck to come here and
We do a white elephant gift exchange.
yes, of course. So that's usually like the people who worked it or helped out with it, and pretty much anybody else comes over, bring something to eat, and you bring a toy, and we'll usually do what we call a white elephant.
You bring
Dirty
just
Santa.
Oh, a toy,
Yeah,
dirty
it's not
Santa,
a toy.
or whatever. Sorry,
can be just saying.
it can be. Oh,
It's
you know,
usually alcohol. Yeah,
a gallon of Glenlivet works wonders.
that was mine this year. I got the Glenlivet this year.
But we usually bring a gift item, and you're allowed to steal it so many times. And back
Dirty
and forth.
Santa game.
It's a lot of fun.
I
A lot of
play
fun.
a similar game with my family on Christmas.
There you go.
Let's face it, we got a big family here. and buying a gift for every person in this room. Hoy! No, you buy one good one that you think that everybody would have fun with. You really think that, sexual chocolate is not going to take your foot massage?
I asked you, you can take his booze
There
No,
you
you
go.
can't.
next year. She said. What? I said by proxy by Maj, she'll be 18. This year.
I don't, not here, not in public. So
Anyway, so that's what After Revel is. We're gonna try to get that for the 17th, as a maybe through Keith. So I'm gonna talk to them about the Oktoberfest and After Revel and the symposium dates. Next up on the hit list is War of the Pearls.
that's ours. That's our world. The smack talking has begun.
April 21st through the 23rd of 2017.
We are already booked
Yes,
at the
I
WOW site.
noticed it is on our calendar for this year, but we didn't have a site.
Yeah, we were supposed to have it this year. Couldn't have a site. It actually works out better. The
We're
smack.
supposed to have it like next week.
April 21st through the 23rd.
Of next year.
Yes, of next year, 2017. Don't show up. Well, show up for WOW site, but whatever.
Big thing is, what? What are you doing? What did I do?
It says it's on our calendar.
We have on our side.
Yeah, no, it was supposed to go, but it's
We
not.
have on our side.
We are siding with.
We,
Okay,
we tried to get the site,
Mute.
but me and Cornisha actually were bidding. To
love you guys.
site.
to make it.
Bogdacious, because we're sacrificing Bogdacious.
Welcome back.
This year we're sacrificing. That year we're sacrificing Bogdacious. The big thing about it is the whole idea. What we're trying to push for is very rarely do the 4 baronies plus their majesty plus the upper royals all sit together in court and just cut up and laugh and poke fun at. It was done at Stop Beltane. What was the other niche event that I went to? The one at Samhain. It was done at Samhain, and it was actually really cool because as Their Excellency's Great Niche were giving out awards, you had me and Marvin. Now, Their Excellency's Sierra Leone weren't present, but you had me and Marvin sitting there. We were just sitting there drinking and cutting up and laughing, and people were kind of watching the Marvin and Gellis show. It was very much kind of an Abbott and Costello meets the medieval times. But it was actually it was enjoyable. Everybody partook of it. I got shushed by the king of Callantyre, who he's like this tall or was at the time. I wanted to ID him. Now his majesty, his grace would his excellency right now, because he's like 19, so he can't be anything. But he was 19 years. He can crush people, lightning speed. Hate him. So, but anyway, that's the plan. It looks like it's going to be a killer event. I got my partner in crime here. God help us. She's running top floors, A&S, and all of the inside stuff. I'll be running the downstairs with a couple of backups with marshals and stuff. I want to try and rotate out the marshals. I want this to be a good time for all of us. But we're going to see how it plays out, and we're going to see what we can do. I want to get in touch with her mistress, Celestine from Meridier's, with the big wooden spoon. She's the marshal with the big wooden spoon. We want to get in touch with her because the more marshals of the field we can get, like Gentile, stuff like that. Gita can marshal. The whole idea is trying to find non-combatant marshals to go out there and who can marshal the field. So that way the stick jocks can beat the crap out of each other.
No, mine's a real rolling pin.
Yes.
Weighs about 10 pounds.
Marshals are not referees. Marshals are safety Nazis. You'll get this brief after the meeting. Trust me.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk.
They'll talk your ear off. All right.
That's it for War of the Pearls.
Okay. On additional business, we have Honorable Lady Jillian, our Baroness, isn't it?
Her Excellency. That's right.
Okay, I have a couple of opportunities. I wanted to know if people were interested in them for the Barony of Axemoor. One is, I just closed it, on June 11th and 12th is the New Orleans Time Fest, and we are invited to come and have a table there and do a panel as well. It's all about time travel and things like that. It is going to attract our kind of people who like to play. So if you can, if you want, however, there's no grassy area. It would have to be either in the courtyard or the back parking lot or by the pool. It's at the Hilton New Orleans Airport. But if we do a table, the table has to be manned at all times, and they also request that we do a panel at a convention, which is a lot of fun, and it can be done on anything.
When is it?
It is June 11th and 12th. It's a Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Time Fest, the NOLA Time Fest.
How many people are they willing to let in? How much do we have to pay? What do we have to pay?
I will find out how many freebies you get. The more you can actually give them activity, the more you supply, the more tickets you get for free. And then they do discount tickets as well for the rest. So, if if there's things that you want to do, hey, we can host a panel and we can do a demonstration and we can do something else, then I probably can get us all the tickets we need.
Doesn't involve fire.
Well, I'm good. I can do my projects inside or out.
They don't do all fire.
Okay, well,
We can do a fiber.
Yes.
if you want, if you know, y'all say yes, we want to do this, just let me know what you're willing to do, and we have a meeting coming up in like a week or two, and I'll bring it and I'll talk to Paul and see how many tickets we can
That
get.
guy hit people with sticks.
Okay.
That guy hit people with sticks.
Okay, that's the first opportunity. The next one is all the way in November, and November 10th through the 13th is Ignition, which is a 3-day camping event in New Orleans East with interactive camps. It's a 3-day camping event. It's like a mini Burning Man, and they're looking for groups to come and do interactive camps, whether it's art of any form or music or whatever. However, it is 18 and up only. There are no children.
Yeah.
Okay. If there's anybody that's interested in wanting to do this and wants to put together a camp or whatever, we can get free tickets. We can have a whole camp set up. Just as long as we have some sort of interactive display or something. It's very kind of a hands-on.
Or build something to burn.
Or build something to burn. You know, it is so much. I went last year. It was so much fun. But
Yeah, we saw the pictures.
yeah,
Another issue with that maybe it is the same. It is crownless weekend, so it depends on if
Okay.
it's northern or southern crown.
okay. So just putting that out there. If people are interested, you know, just get in touch with me. And the last thing that I wanted to bring up is I have an idea for an event that I would like to host maybe next year. If we're doing War of the Pearls, maybe the year after that. So it's a live action risk game, basically, that I want to center the entire event around. And I actually have quite a few ideas for this. I would like to know if somebody is interested in feastocrating this. It will be a brunch or lunch feast as opposed to a dinner feast. So if that's something you're interested in, email me. I'm thinking the tourney will be late in the evening because they're the spring and fall gets so busy because everybody wants to hold events there because of the weather. So I'm thinking we have fewer events during the summer. So maybe make the risk game a Saturday afternoon evening tournament. And so that's why I want to do a lunch or brunch feast. And yeah. So
Did you see the post on all the?
if somebody's interested in feastocrating that, please get in touch with me so we can start discussing things, getting like bids together and just general. Okay, awesome.
What is Ed saying?
What is it? Yeah. What do you want, Ed?
Gillis is not allowed to play the live action.
He's not going to worry.
No, he's not the one you have to worry about. I've played with them. I know who you have to worry about.
So
The quiet one in the corner.
thank you. Those are my 3 things. Oh, also I posted something earlier and I don't know if it came out wrong. I am looking to find out what this barony needs, what we'll need in the next year, 2 years, being more proactive rather than reactive into items that we might want or desire for whatever, for our weekend events, for golf wars, just for regalia, that sort of thing. So when I ask for an inventory, that's what I'm looking to find out. Because I don't want people to just sell it, one person to tell me I want this and expect me to provide it for them. I want to see all of the needs that we have so I can figure out what I fit in, like what I can provide, either make or raise money for, or hit up Patrick for. But I mean, I'd like to know. I did not. They are liars.
I know.
I'm just saying, if I have this information, I can determine where I can add my my work. You know, where I can put my effort into, as opposed to I no longer go, oh, you're so good at this, we're going to give this to you. I no longer say yes to those things. So that's why I asked. So if you, especially for officers, but even people that run something that's not particularly an office, like Scribal Guild, we need scrolls, you know, or if you are typically, I don't know if we actually have somebody that does this role, but we used to have a royal liaison in the group. If you are the royal liaison and you're looking at the stuff that we have and you're saying, oh, we really need a new set of sheets because these got stained or mildewed or whatever. That's an example, though. It's an example.
No, not all of them.
But I'd like to know what we have and what kind of condition is, because if it's like, oh, it's all right, we can use it for another year, but next year we're really gonna have to look into doing this. Well, if I do volunteer to do a fundraiser for Axemoor or whatever, then I know, oh, I can do one or two and raise the money because we'll need it next year, that sort of thing. So I really appreciate
So, you know, like Knights Marshall, if we need some, like, you know, better loan, if we need better loaner gear, but I'm more or less looking at you, Bootleg, because you know what the inventory entails.
just post it up there.
At his house right now.
Oh, it is? Okay, well then
We'll just post it out there for everybody to see, because somebody other than me might be interested in that as well. So
yeah.
thank you. That's it.
All right.
I do also want to put down there so it's not a shock to anybody. We are announcing that in a Christmas Revel that, you know, our time is coming.
That would make the second year of round 2. So
Yeah, that will make the second year of round 2. Will be 5 years at that point, and we will be stepping down. There's no way we can avoid it anyway because we're moving eventually.
now, on a positive note, I'm going to call all of y'all out when I win crown. Just saying.
Exactly. So
your point is.
Just saying, it's coming.
think about it.
I had to break Eric's heart. Poor man. Eric,
So you're stepping down June 20.
it'll be August, June, July, August, wherever the
Wherever
big
it
thing
falls.
about it, and that's one of the things we don't have to modify in our PMP is because we're actually more restrictive. You probably remember that than the kingdom is. Everything is based off of when the crown approves investiture. We announce a year out that we're stepping down. We go to the next meeting after that. The next thing we do is go, okay, when does the group want to hold investiture? And as soon as we decide when the group is going to hold investiture, we bring it to the crown and say, is this good for you? And more than likely, it'll probably be, oh, okay, cool, no problem. They're done at Christmas.
Prior to that,
And then at that point, that sets the timeline for everything else. And, you know, it's one of the, we love you guys, but we can't go for a third.
And
It's just, we
the,
can't.
The driving 3 hours a day is killing us. It is killing me. I have to get up at 4:30 every morning.
I'm just glad she's a morning
And
person.
and we work till 4. Yeah, luckily we're a morning person because I drive and he's like,
Oh, yeah, she's a morning person. I'm in a coma.
Yeah,
I'm
but
the
on the
afternoon-
drive home, he's driving and she's in the passenger seat.
Not always.
She's not sleeping as much as you think because if she's not talking to me, I'm making phone calls about the barony, calling
Yes,
up
I know.
people. About
I know.
I'm getting business done. I'm like, look, I can't just drive and do. It's like, okay, call
I
Jill.
listen to cheesy vampire novels in the morning because I have. He snores.
Yeah,
A little bit.
I think we all the whole
Power to
camp
the
knows
people.
that. Okay.
But we are going to be getting the house starting this summer, getting the house ready to sell. Unfortunately, I love my house. I love my group. I don't want to leave, but
No, we're not
I don't want
No
to leave my
shifting.
house. I don't want to leave the area. We're shifting over.
Yeah, more or less.
Mute that. They would have yelled at us.
Actually, what I did when I planned where we want to move is I went from Emma's house to Jill's house to Vince's house and went, okay, anything in this triangle is good.
Yes, I'm in there. But We hate to see you go. We really do. It's been a wonderful, wonderful.
Don't suck up, baby. We know we suck.
They got wait. You can
Yeah.
cry later.
Yeah, we down the road.
There'll be lots of tears later. This is just the forewarning that there's a warning that
I mean,
there's
we're-
an announcement.
So
coming.
people start-
I'm
Start
kind of impressed
thinking.
that 8 months out, my wife is already announcing that we're
No,
announcing.
because you know why? Because it takes a long time to think about. This is not something that you make a snap decision about.
Mm-mm.
And if you go, okay, surprise, and then you have 6 months, some people need longer to think about it. We did.
No, we had
we thought about
we had
this
3
for-
rains ahead
we
of us
thought
before
about
we
this.
actually got into
Well,
it.
we seriously took us a year and a half before we decided. We even decided to run. So saying it now puts it out there,
Give it thought,
puts
peeps.
it in your melons that it is coming up.
So do I get to kill Yellowstone?
Bubba, you are going to have a hard time catching me.
I doubt it.
I mean, I remember Her Excellency over there, Mrs. Walker. When she sat down, she'd have bionic legs and she was quick.
She was dancing down that aisle, baby. Let me tell you, I remember that.
No, but
No,
y'all are an awesome group.
y'all make it easy.
You do. For the most part, it's y'all.
Somebody,
Well, you definitely are the easiest group, at least in this kingdom.
actually, in most.
In most kingdoms.
All right. Next piece of business is David.
Okay, so
Rusty has
information
business?
was imparted upon me by our upcoming
Hold on.
Deputy Air
Rusty.
Marshal Lab.
Rusty, I vote no. Take it
Sorry,
back,
you can't.
bastard.
We're fixing to have a new Deputy Air Marshal Live Weapons. It'd be Wolfen Forrester.
Yeah.
Awesome dude, really good guy. He's going to make some rule changes. Just let you know. Well, reformatting things
Mr. Wolfen?
on the marshal on the live weapons marshal side of it. So you know he's going to let me know further ahead of time. And now for combat archery, it was imparted upon. Even Eddie confirmed it. You do not have to be heavy authorized combat archer. You do have to own your own weapons, your own armor, and be willing to take a full hit to the head and torso.
That's it. I'm out.
I have Lord to bring it.
I can dim Laura.
I mean, let's face it. If you're out on the field, somebody line breaks, could break behind you, beside you, and you never realize it. You're gonna
In a battle, people aren't paying attention. You can be collateral damage, so even though you killed it. But you do not have to be heavy
If the
authorized.
line broke, they'd see
to be
the archer. That archer was a
Pinata. Nowadays, they see the archer and they go, okay, and if you don't yield, then they're going to hit you.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, the line broke behind me.
Okay.
All
right.
You just, that will, with that, are you done, Bubba?
Almost.
All right,
Like I said,
because that's a good segue.
get with me if you want to work on combat archery at fighter practices. Or you'll come by the house. I have room for do some shooting.
I do have one
Yes,
question.
we need to do like target shooting.
We need to get supplies and the arrows.
But we will need the Knights Marshal present and a knight.
Yep.
And an authorization marshal. That's me. And we're not kind. Well, that's all I had.
You do jumping jacks on the person getting authorized if they don't lay down properly?
No.
I do have
That's
one
all I had
question.
for. Oh.
Did Wolfen mention anything about grandfather and us who they let our cards expire?
Those
Yes,
of us.
actually, he did. He's going to go over the list. You got to contact him after he, and he will, because there's a lot of people's cards have expired.
Right?
I've got 5 MIT cards that don't, MIT forms filled
He's
out. I
sitting there
don't have
waiting,
cards to
yeah.
authorize people.
Yeah.
on. I haven't had cards in 2 years
Right.
to authorize people, so. The Wolfen's going to straighten all that out.
Good.
Awesome.
So I'm going to authorize and working through an MIT for an archery marshal card.
Awesome.
Yay. I'm looking forward to
And
getting
you will
back
have
in
to do a
order once I
background
can
check.
breathe.
For archery marshal.
But I don't think I'm worried about background.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, with that segue, I'm going to add one more thing. This weekend, especially our newcomers,
Yes.
it was going to start off with a small get together, but now apparently we're going to make it big
I'm gonna
because
kill you.
Saturday we need armor. Well, we told you I was going to be in Carmel on Saturday. That's why they didn't show up on Sunday. I mean, this past Saturday.
Sunday.
There will also be much gumbo making and
Yes.
either chocolate or Jello eggs, depending upon what kind of eggs I want to give the pelicans at First Pelican.
There's a handful of people which have actually brought up the fact that they want
I'm thinking
to.
about making Jello jiggler shots with Swedish fishermen.
There's been a handful of people which have approached me about making armor, especially the ladies right now. If you're interested and you just want to put armor together, I can help. I'll be working on shields. If you're not, I'll be basically going to town, showing people how to do it.
Next weekend. So if you want to come when they're doing the armor,
if you have an idea what kind of armor that helps, if not, we can work from there. Okay. My house, no earlier than 10.
When?
Saturday. No earlier than.
You can hang out on the back porch, boo.
Oh, we have a comfortable back porch.
He says that, but I can't sleep any later than 8. So.
And he's usually bringing your coffee.
I don't care when you show up. Me crawling out of bed is hit or miss before.
And I'm sorry, Morgana, about the audio. It's the internet. It's hit or miss. I'm very sorry. I got your email.
And we've hit the point where we're all talking at once.
So, on that note,
I have one more thing that I remembered.
Hold on, we got one more question. Yes.
Another question on what Gillis is talking about with Armor Day this Saturday. Starting in May, probably the weekend after Crown. I gotta check the schedule, but starting that weekend, we're gonna start doing a once a month Armor Day at my house. Open to anybody that wants to show up.
starting when?
May after Crown.
Starting May after Crown, they're going to start opening up the house. Magnus is going to start opening up his house for armor workshops.
This will also be Snitch and Bitch. That's the 20th or something like that. Let me double check it.
What day of the week?
Crownless is Saturday.
No.
Oh, what day is the armor shop?
Yeah.
Oh, Saturday.
Saturday.
Where do you live?
We tend to do most of our stuff now on Saturdays because Sundays just, Sundays are just hit or miss. You get over there, it's like, families and olders and all that good stuff.
Do y'all do any A&S during the weekend?
No.
During the week?
We have.
We've been talking about doing Friday nights.
Mm-hmm.
Do Friday nights.
Yeah.
Which I'll be happy to host. That's fine.
Spring Crown is May 20th through the 22nd. So it'll probably be the weekend after that.
Okay.
But like I said, I'll put out something on the Facebook group and on the Yahoo group to confirm that date. But if you want to come by and sew or work on garb, work on any AS project, and just come out, cool. If you want to work on armor, what's that?
If you need help on garb, people will probably be on hand to help.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is, I know with the loaner gear, we need to finish fixing it, and through the summer we're not going to have a whole lot of active fighter practice because I know last summer we had folks show up and it was too hot to fight, or people were too tired.
Yeah.
So, in lieu of that, we're going to keep things going with the fighters with that, and try to help people get their gear together and keep it up through the summer. Fix problems. New guys, we'll teach you how to make stuff. We'll go if we need to. We'll take a trip down to Tandy and buy leather or whatever other supplies we need. If anybody wants to volunteer to teach a class on a particular thing for armor, that would be awesome.
Oh, this is not armor, but also in the lines of summer and way too hot to do anything. If anybody wants the chitin class, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to do it, which is female Roman garb. I can touch on men's Roman garb.
I'd look terrible in a chitin. Just saying.
No, baby, I think you might be a little sexy.
Well, you wear a tunic and you just have pants.
Right.
How are you going to tie that bad boy around that gun? I'm just like.
There's totally, the majority of the class is how to tie yourself up.
Woohoo! Oh, I mean,
go ahead, put that one on the flyer.
Roman class, how to tie yourself up. All right. Anything else, ladies and germs? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I had one thing that I forgot to mention earlier, and that is I am looking for volunteers to help me verify campground listing data on the campground portion of the Glenavon records.
Do we want to wait until after the state has its meeting and what campgrounds are going to close?
That's just a small portion of what's on the list.
Yeah.
The list is huge. So if we can at least, make phone calls, Even if they're gonna close the campgrounds, we can get that announcement later and go and
She's looking for-
update it.
and basically
Yeah.
we'll just change them to inactive.
Yes.
Okay. And you don't even need to have a login. We can give you a login if you want to do that and just edit items on your own, or you just okay. All right, the list is on the web, and at the bottom of each listing, there's a little form. You fill it out with what the correct information is. It comes to me. It comes to a couple of other people, and we'll make the changes. So, but
Or
we
you
need
can get, or you can get it to me. I can change it.
right.
Yeah.
you-
I'm authorized to change it on the website.
So I don't necessarily
To
need
behave.
volunteers to make the changes. I just need volunteers to do the research. They can make phone calls, look up websites, that sort of thing.
All right, thank you. So if you got some time and and you're sitting there bored, give some of them places a call and fill out the form.
Oh, apparently Ed's drinks have just kicked in.
Oh no.
His typing has gone. He can't type anymore.
Ed, go to bed.
Me
Probably a good
too.
idea.
All right, going once, going twice.
So
Sold.
let's go talk to Keith.